interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining us today is Paul Johnson, the CEO of Power Metal Resources. Paul, it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to yourself. How are you?
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you too, Mark, however inappropriate that may be.
Indeed.
Yeah, very good, thank you. How are you today?
Yes, very good. Thank you, Paul. So you've released an RNS this morning on Heneti stating that drilling has been completed and the core will shortly be making its way to the lab in country. So the first obvious question is really, what's the turnaround time?
Yeah, funnily enough, for this particular lab, and at the moment anyway, we don't think it's going to be too long. Most of the labs around the world, or many of the labs around the world, are backed up considerably. We think it's going to be okay with SGS Tanzania, and we're not expecting inordinate delays.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. Just a little quick question. Was it originally a planned 1,000 metre drill programme? Is that right? But it's 900 that's been completed?
Yeah, okay. So I've actually seen a couple of references to that myself. The depth that we were planning to drill was circa 900 meters, and we had a 100-meter contingency in there if that was required. So in reality, the 900 is exactly bang on.
Okay, good. Well, having read through the RNS, there are some interesting words there, such as large intersections of serpentinite and gabronic rocks were identified. There is a glossary included, which is helpful, but a line that stood out to me was, "We have seen thick sections of ultramafic rocks and have postulated that the anticipated geological model has been demonstrated from the core recovered." So what does this mean exactly? Are you saying here that the early signs of what you think could be there are looking positive?
Yeah, well, these large district scale programs, as we have with Heneti, there's a number of different stages that you would ordinarily go through or want to go through, and big boxes you want to tick off. And one of them is that with these deeper targets, you have a theory, a geological theory. That theory is supported by evidence from, EM surveys and from, soil sampling, rock sampling at the surface. And you build a picture over a number of years, as we did with Heneti, as to what we think was below the surface, where the key targets were. And then eventually you find your way, as we've done after quite some time, to a drill program. When you drill, you get the core out with diamond drilling, as we've done. And we've got that 900 meters now of core out in the trays that are being logged and reviewed and will be sampled, and then the sample sent off to the lab for assay testing. One of the biggest things we're looking for at this stage is that the geological model that we had for the areas that we drilled is proven by the drilling that we undertake. And we are increasingly confident that that's the case.
Okay.
And that's what the big firms that are looking at these projects are looking for as well. They want to see that across these district scale opportunities, that you've got a geological model which is in line with expectations, has the potential to hold the metals that you're looking for in economic quantities. And the first step is this geological model. Of course, we don't know what the metal content is until we get the assay testing done. And obviously, we'll come back on that at a later stage. But at this stage, it's looking very good. We're pleased with the outcome so far. I mean, right at the top of our priority list, actually, is a safe execution of the drill program. And then, making sure that all of it goes in line with best practice, and that we gather the core from that program and we take it through a process of testing and so on and so forth. So there's various stages to go, but right now it's looking good. We're pleased with our progress and looking forward to reporting on the next stages to the market.
Okay, good. So hopefully not too long to wait, as you say, for the results there at Heneti. But you've also got results due from Tati, I think, as well, haven't you? And also samples in the lab at Victoria. So there's a few drill results and assays to come to the market.
Yeah, very much so. So nickel, copper PGMs from Heneti. We did a gold nickel focused drill program in Tati that was completed in November last year. And the samples are in the Australian labs, and we're waiting for the results from that reverse circulation program. So slightly different type of program. And we've been doing diamond drilling in Victoria, where we're taking lots of samples from 2 locations, and we are waiting for results from the labs there as well. So that's 3 separate programs covering different types of projects in different jurisdictions, countries. Very exciting time for us. And this momentum of real work being done is something that we'd like to keep going in the future.
Okay. Well, let me just get your thoughts on the market then, and also specifically junior markets. It is a sea of red today, maybe to time with the 14th of February there, but you've been around a long time in the markets. What's your feeling in sort of times like this? And also, what's happening, do you think, with mining and commodity stocks?
Yeah, there's a lot of tension at the moment, with the Ukraine-Russia situation. Sometimes I think the tensions are kind of used by the market to make things more difficult for the private investors. I know that sounds strange, but one of the biggest things you can do in our space is keep focused. That's the one thing I've been able to do over the last 10, 15 years investing in natural resources is stay in the market, stay focused, accept that it's extreme peaks and troughs. That the situation turns around in a flash, that you can go from extreme undervaluation to overvaluation in a short space of time, which means that it's very difficult to be out in cash, wait for the right opportunity to come back in, get back in time, and then still be exposed to the big upside. I've always been a no, I need to stay in the market kind of person. So I think if it's time for us to all keep calm, actually, running companies, as a CEO of Power Metal Resources, which I think is a business that has a portfolio that can take us to hundreds of millions of cap going forward. I have to stay calm. I have to get on with the work. I have to keep the team, an amazing team, buoyant, positive, and driving forward. We have to spend money. We have to do drill programs, do corporate work, and that kind of thing, and keep our wits about us in these relatively challenging conditions, which I don't think are going to last forever or potentially for much longer, to be honest. It's the same as an investor personally, and also for the private investors out there, staying away from being spooked out of positions at the worst possible time is absolutely key. Find the good quality companies. I see a lot of what I would call rubbish companies being chased, huge volumes in companies that I think, don't deserve much attention because they're great for traders who know what they're doing. They can ride the waves up and down, very easily. But for the average investor, and I class myself as the average investor, it's better to take positions in these times in the good quality companies that are undervalued and just wait. Hang on in there and wait.
Okay. Well, Paul Johnson, the CEO of Power Metal Resources, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stopboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.